One thing I just wanted to highlight is, I have on my VWAP on my 2-minute chart. This is the VWAP here, and then these are the standard deviation bands. One standard deviation band on either side, and then two standard deviation bands on either side. And just part of why I like to have these on. Look at how price moved today, just in that context. In the context just of those bands, they're just points that seem to matter. We open two standard deviations, rallies all the way to the +2 standard deviations, back to the -1, up to the +1, back to the -1, up to the +2, to the +1, +2, +1, +2, +1, +2, back to VWAP, back to +2. You see what I'm getting at? How interesting that is? That it just moves kind of within these bands. And these are areas that seem to be good reversal points. Then it was very flat in here, where for a long time it's just chopping inside this band till we finally had our birdcage breakout. Boom, right there, and then off she goes. But that's pretty late in the day. That's already after 3:30 to try to trade, which we don't really recommend. So tough to pin when it doesn't move like that right towards the end of the day. But I really like these bands to give me some context of where it might be heading. And for me, it's a kind of a good profit target. It's a good place to take some profit off. And a good place to look for is a reversal maybe happening here. Okay, 2 put debit spreads at 1052. Okay, yep. All right, so I'm going to try to organize this. It looks like our first trade that was taken today was by Jazzy at 9:55. So let me put the whole thing up here. Jazzy at 9:55. Okay, Jazzy, can I put you on for a moment just to, if I had the ability to just turn the microphone on for you to explain your trade? It's really what I would try to do here. But at 9:55, did you trade this to the upside or downside, first of all? Let me just throw a little marker on here, 9:55. 9:55. Upside. Okay. Okay, you traded the break of pre-market high. All right, so look at this time. This is actually, my guess is that TradingView does the opening, so yours might be here. Does that look more right? More like what you saw? It might actually be here. If you're trading on TradeStation, on TradeStation, it's a little different. I'm on TradingView here. So, Jazzy, was yours like 1 or 2? It really, just because the time is a little bit reported a little differently. 1. Okay, so you're trading right there. So this is what Jazzy saw right here. Boom. 9:55. Let me get this a little better. Yeah, right about there. Seem accurate? Okay. So Jazzy's going long right into this candle, someplace in this candle here, right? Someplace into this candle. So let's look at the indicators down below. Let's see what we see. First, let's go 5-minute. What do we see on the 5-minute? Is this a check? This is kind of, everybody can chime in here. Cycle, yes or no? Yes. RSI, yes or no? Forgot one. Time of day, yes or no? Yes. How about momentum? Yes or no? How about dots? A little bit, not complete. How about ticks? Sure. Okay. 5-minute looks pretty good as we're looking through our indicators. Let's look at the 2-minute. Cycle, yes or no? So there's a couple things to look at with cycle. We're seeing mixed results here, right? Mixed feelings. So are we green? Yeah. Have we turned and rolled over red? Uh-uh. We are a little extended though, aren't we? Don't love it at the top. However, we do know it can stay in the top for a while sometimes. And if the 5 minutes at the bottom, this is where the anchor chart kind of trumps the 2 minute chart, right? If the anchor chart is at the bottom and there looks like there is room for this to run, that's usually the clue that this might just stay up here for a little bit, right? Got to look at both. But I would say by itself, this is no. By itself, this is no. How about the RSI over here? Way extended, right? Now we know we can, yeah, we know it can stay up here for a while. The cycle might even come down and then go back up while this is still creeping up and it's still price is moving like this. So it still could be okay. How about momentum? How's our Momo? Oops. Positive, right? This is good. And this has already turned, right? So this is all fine. So the way we trade here, the strategy isn't exactly just a complete scorecard where we take, 10 things, add them all up, see how many we have. It's not exactly that way. It's confluence of the evidence. It's everything together. But what trumps all of this? What matters more than all the things that we see down below? Price action. Yep, price action. So let's look at price action. Let's see what we got going on, right? Well, we gapped up in the morning, first thing. Usually what happens after a gap up is we try to fill the gap or a half of a gap. We came nowhere near to filling half the gap. It tried a little bit to pull back and then couldn't, right? Try it again. Now what do we have? What pattern is being formed here? A little bit of a higher low, right? Do we have another one? Well, look at that. So what kind of trend is being formed here? This is an upward trend. Now, meanwhile, sellers came in, sellers came in, sellers came in, and then this happened. Yeah, okay, that's how I'm getting to that. You're right. If I look at this chart in isolation, and I look at the price action isolation, is this a buy or is this a sell? Is this a yes or a no? Does price action of the 2 minute chart say, go ahead and take the trade? For me, looking solely at this is a go ahead and take the trade. This is a yes, right? Price action is showing me we're making higher lows, level highs. If we can break this level of resistance, we're going. We're good. Bam, we did it. Go, right? This is okay. And a lot of these things are okay. However, like Alakat just mentioned, for me, the thing here that would keep me out is this pre-market high. This matters to me. The 5 minute pre-market high is a trump card that kind of is a showstopper, right? For all those things that might look good, do I really want to enter a trade right at a known area of resistance where sellers we know have been sitting there? Do I really want to get in there right underneath that and hope for an upside breakout? So for me, I would love all of this. Close to all-time high also. Yeah, for sure. It's interesting. I was just reading a stat about how the number of, just more about swing trading, but how all-time highs most people are scared of. But actually, if you study the data, market tends to break all-time highs and keep running a very high percentage of the time. Anyhow, so I'm right here. I'm thinking, I like it. I just can't take it, right? What would you like to see, Birdman? If this was here, if you were sitting right up underneath here, what would you want to see happen before you'd really feel good about really taking the trade. We're coming up on a level that we know is powerful. Attaboy. You see what Birdman said? Break, retest, hold. Gump's got it too. Break, retest, hold. Didn't Michael just do a lot of teaching about levels, breaking levels, retesting them? So here's what I like to see. When we have a level that I know means something, I want to see the stock. Oh, here, we'll do it like this. I want to see the stock. Now, if it's showing a lot of strength, like real strength breaking out, that's a little different. That could even trump my levels. If it's a lot of strength, okay? But let's suppose it's more of your ordinary candle, you know, your medium level candle. And we break, maybe even when it goes a little bit higher. All of this, I tend to sit on the sideline for. Because what I'm kind of waiting for is I'm waiting for a drift back, not a slam back. If it's a big slam back, you know, never mind. I don't want to see a big slam down. I'm looking for a drift back. You know, I'm looking for, hey, buyers are in here, but then maybe they're just profit taking a little bit. And so maybe you just get some reds showing up. And it's going to retest this level that it broke out. And I want to see, will this level be support? How will I know? What's a clue to look for to know that it's holding? The green taking out the red. Yes. Good Gump. I want to see a green get above the high of that red. That, for me, that's my trigger. That's my go. That's my light was yellow, 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 revving my engines. Green, go, hit it. And I can get in right there, and I can put my stop just right underneath. Boom. Simple. If it works, it works. And if it works, I'm hoping to get a nice big run, especially something like this. Look, something that would match this kind of a move. Do it again. Something like that. That kind of move. Do it again. And I'll risk that amount to make that amount. I think it's going to break the high. This is how I like to trade in these moments.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comment section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.